hurry up. Somebody shot.
2 cars have been shot up. There's 3 people in 1 car, and 1 guy is not moving.
Rich and Tyler, they were a lot alike. They both had huge hearts.
I'd rather take charge than to be sorry, and I'm glad that I did that.
The fight for justice begins today for the 8 victims of a deadly shooting spree that devastated Kalamazoo County nearly 3 years ago. Jury selection begins today in the murder trial for Jason Dalton. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Erica Moke.
I'm Jason Poor. Kirk is off today. On February 20th, 2016, police say Uber driver Jason Dalton went on a killing spree in between fares, murdering 6 people and critically injuring 2 more. After years of back and forth in the courts, Dalton's murder trial is finally set to begin.
News Channel 3's Jessica Wheeler is live outside the Kalamazoo County Courthouse, where jury selection will get underway in just a few hours. She is taking a closer look at why it has taken so long to get to this point. Jess.
Erica, like you said, in just a few hours, lawyers on both sides will begin the process of whittling down the 200 people that are being called for jury duty. It's a long process in a case that's stretched nearly 3 years. The case against Jason Dalton has been very high profile, gripping much of Southwest Michigan since February 2016. There have been many delays as the case worked its way through the appeals process. One of the biggest sticking points has been whether or not to allow taped statements where Dalton allegedly confessed to police about the shootings in the hours after he was taken into custody. In the end, a judge ruled that video will not be allowed during the trial. We spoke with Kalamazoo County Prosecutor Jeff Getting, who told us it's taken a long time to get to where we are today because he wants to make sure all of the appeals are out of the way before the trial begins so it goes as smoothly as possible and they don't have to go through all of this again.
We've always been in a position where we believe we have substantial evidence of Mr. Dalton's guilt. You know, at this point it's an accusation. He remains innocent until proven guilty at a trial. But we feel like we have a strong case regardless of the admissibility of statements that were alleged to have been made.
And because this is such a high-profile case, we asked the prosecutor about how they plan to find an impartial jury and what that process will look like over the next few days. Coming up at 5:30 a.m., we'll have his answers. Reporting live in Kalamazoo, Jessica Wheeler, News Channel 3.
This case has been nearly 3 years in the making, but let's take a look back at the timeline from that night in February. 6 people were killed and 2 others injured in the shooting spree that spanned Kalamazoo County. It started around 6 p.m. at the former Meadows Townhomes off G Avenue near Comstock. Police say that's where Jason Dalton shot Tiana Carruthers several times outside her home. She was seriously injured while trying to protect a group of kids. After Carruthers was shot, police say Dalton took off. Then, a little more than 4 hours later, he pulled into the parking lot of the Sealy Kia dealership in Kalamazoo. That's where father and son, Richard and Tyler Smith, were looking at a car. Authorities say Dalton opened fire, killing them both. 15 minutes after that, police say Dalton opened fire a 3rd time at the Cracker Barrel off 9th Street, killing 4 women and wounding then 14-year-old Abby Koff. The victims were sisters-in-law Mary Jo and Mary L. Nye, Judy Brown, and Barbara Hawthorne. Initially, doctors declared Abby Koff dead, but the teen survived. Dalton was caught about 2 hours after that last shooting. It's been almost 3 years of appeals and court decisions since then, including an outburst during his preliminary hearing in May of 2016.
Take it, take it, take it.
During his time in jail, officials say Dalton has been erratic and combative, forcing him to stay in a cell by himself at one point. But today, his case will finally head to trial, and News Channel 3 will be following this every step of the way. We will have a crew in the courtroom every day, bringing you live team coverage of what's happening. You can also follow our hashtag Dalton Trial to follow every development. We'll also be streaming portions of the trial on our WWMT Facebook page. As always, stay with us for complete coverage on air and online at WWMT.com.
I'm Kirk Mason. Thanks for watching. Here's another video you can watch. Also, take a second to subscribe to our channel.